The Utah State basketball game is final, and now it's your chance to text and call about it with Al Lewis and John Russell as KVNU Aggie Game Day continues with Aggie Call. The numbers are 753-5868 for calls, and the text line is 435-339-0321. Aggie Call, part of KVNU Aggie Game Day for USU Hoops, is sponsored by Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat, LSS Insurance, Young Truck and Trailer, DD Auto and Salvage, My Mattress, Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, Elements Restaurant, White Pine Funeral Home, Les Olson Company, Prodigy Brewing, Cache Valley Bank, Jarek's Fine Jewelry, Darrell's Appliance, HSA Depot, Advanced Fireplace and Stove, Alpine Home Medical, S.E. Needham Jewelers, Thermo Fisher, Primrose Home Care, and Golden Spike Electric. It's KVNU Aggie Call with Al Lewis and John Russell.
Yes, the Aggies are 2-0, and they played a terrific first half, led by as many as 21 in the first half and led at the half by 16, 44-28. But here comes Air Force. 2 7-0 runs in the second half brought the game back to where the Falcons were within 7 points, I think it was, at one time in the second half. But Utah State does pull it off and win the game, final 77-65. Al Lewis with John Russell. And John, again, like I said, first half was really good for Utah State, about as well as they can play. Maybe they played too well in the first half. They thought they could just keep it going kind of at the start of the second half.
Yeah, well, without a doubt, one of the better first halves of the season. But that being said, also, you knew Air Force was going to make a run or two. How the Aggies responded, that's up for debate. I'd love to hear Jalen's take on it, but the fact remains, I said this after the Fresno game, scared to death every time you have to go play the academy, and once again, they did not disappoint.
Well, and Air Force, again, did not quit, and that's the thing. They're not going to, and in the second half, all of a sudden, our defense kind of lost its edge a little bit there, giving up some backdoor layups. They were more intense. They showed a little confidence. Aggies played a little bit too much one-on-one rather than how they played in the first half, although they got shortchanged badly on the home court as far as assists goes. Utah State passed the ball a whole lot better than their assist-to-turnover ratio shows tonight. So Aggies win the game. Jalen Moore, your thoughts on Utah State's win at Air Force?
Yeah, I thought it was obviously the first half, like you guys said, I thought it was one of the better halves we played. The guys came out with intensity and effort like we said they needed. Obviously, a team like Air Force, they're not going to give up. They're going to come back. They're going to be resilient. They're young, so they have, we had the experience advantage, and they made some mistakes that way. And, in a few years, I think they're going to be a good team. They got a lot of good young players, but I thought we did what we needed to do. And the thing I like the most about our team this game is we know all Mountain West games are going to be tough, and Air Force went on their runs. And the best thing I liked is that we actually answered their runs with some of our own, and never really let them get too comfortable or get back too close. And I think that's big on our team's part.
I think it was too. And the return tonight of Taylor Funk, really, we talked a little bit about that before the game started and about how he kind of struggled. And that was nice to see him get back to his shooting touch in this game too, because there's another cog that we need for this Aggie team.
Yeah, I thought that was big. I thought he looked really good. He looked confident. The last few games, he kind of didn't look like he was as confident, and he was struggling from the three-point line, which is definitely his specialty. But the thing I love about him is he can put the ball on the floor. His pull-up jumper was looking good. So I think he did a lot of good things. And like we said, we're gonna need that from him as the season goes on. And his defense looked pretty good. And I think he's a big piece in our team, looking and playing really well. And when he shoots the ball like that from the 4 position, he stretches the court out, lets our guys make more plays, getting to the rim, driving to the rim, all that kind of stuff. So he's super important for us.
Aggies did a great job getting a road win. That's always key in conference play. And another one coming up. Your thoughts on the performance on the road? How did they respond? What did you see from the team?
Yeah, I liked it. Like we said, every game on the road is tough. So I liked what I saw from them. Like I said, we knew Air Force was going to be resilient, but our guys also showed some resilience and just not giving up, not quitting. Like I said, basketball's a game of runs. And Air Force went on their runs, and we were able to answer those with our own, which I think is very important and is going to win a lot of games for you. And like you said, now we go back on the road against a good Boise State team who had a tough game against San Jose. And I think that's going to be a game where we have to show up in that game too. Just we know it's kind of like a rivalry game with Boise State. You know, it's going to be a hard-fought battle. They're a good team. We're a good team. And I think we're going to have to put together two pretty solid halves. And I guess if you take that one takeaway as well, we kind of didn't look as good in the second half. And, you know, you play some teams, San Diego State's, Boise State's, teams like that, they will take advantage of that. So we got to definitely put together two halves.
I guess Boise won at the buzzer with a shot right at the end. San Jose had come back because Boise had a double-digit lead a lot of the game, but Boise did beat San Jose for their first loss for San Jose. 3-point
win. So, you know, Aggies, again, we all agree, great first half, played, I would agree with you. I think one of the better halves all year, but they end up struggling in the second half. No field goals in the last 8+ minutes.
Did make 11 of 12 at the foul line to finish the game.
That helps.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what did you see? Was it more defense? Was it more lack of getting good shots? What did the Aggies struggle with there in the second half?
Yeah, I just think you know, Air Force went and made some adjustments and tried to make us drive a little bit more. Obviously, we knew going into the game they're going to make things hard for guys like Steven Ashworth and stuff like that. And obviously, Dan had a tougher time. So I think they just made some adjustments at halftime that we just kind of were a little bit slower to adjust to. Like we said, I just think the first half we were playing with confidence, playing at our pace. The second half, a few times we kind of started playing at Air Force's pace. I like, you know, when you play a team like Air Force, you want to get in transition. You don't want them to have time to set up their defense or their offense. So I think we kind of needed to pick the tempo up at times. But like I said, Mountain West, it's tough. You know, like every game's going to be tough. And like we said, the biggest part about it is our team bounced back with runs of our own.
Bench still had 33-21 over Air Force. They'd been getting about 20 a game, and our bench was about average in this game. But we did get 3 starters in double figures, and I know that was one of your keys to the game. More starter production. We got that especially from Funk tonight. And the pace, I thought we played it mostly at our pace. I think that was another one of your keys. But guard their action. We gave up too many backdoors at the end. You know what, Jalen? It looks like they're starting to connect with the players there. So I'm going to we're going to have to go to over there, and we're going to have to hear from Taylor Funk. So, Jalen, thanks for joining with us, okay?
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
You struggled personally, but you really shot the ball a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say struggled. Ball didn't go in. I think they were great shots. You know, you can't make them all. Started off the season really hot, but like you said, like, you just got to keep on shooting, you know. Find it again. Team, coaches, staff, everyone got confidence in every single one of us. Yeah, never doubted it once, you know. Missed some shots, but confidence didn't drop, that's for sure.
Sometimes when you get in a game like this, Air Force, they can get on a roll.
Yeah.
How was you guys able to? I mean, it seemed like you hit some big shots to stop some of their runs.
Yeah.
Is that what it's just trying to stop their momentum?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a 20-point lead at halftime. You know, we came out. I just don't think we were in our stance ready to go when they had the ball. Got beat on a couple back doors, a couple and ones, and just like that, you know, the game can switch around. And it just goes to show, you know, no matter what the lead is, you can't just relax because, you know, it's Mountain West. It's a real league. It could be anyone's game any single night. And this team, you know, we grinded it out. Proud of every single one of us, everyone that played tonight, guys on the bench, everyone just plays such a big part on this team, and, you know, couldn't be more proud of them.
Taylor, you guys seem like you really attacked the rim tonight. You guys are trying to get baskets at the bucket. Can you tell us about the emphasis you guys placed on, you know, making layups in this game?
Yeah, they play like this matchup zone. I think it gives you opportunities, you know, to attack it. You know, I think their goal is to make just teams kind of pass the ball around the perimeter, look for jump shots. Obviously we're a really good shooting team, but I think we're the best when we get inside the paint, you know, make 2-foot plays in that lane, either create for yourself, create for others. And we started doing that early, which then led to easier shots around the rim. And then we found some shots on the outside.
Taylor, it's obviously been a, you know, kind of a rough stretch of shooting lately. How does it feel to, you know, go 6 of 11 and drop 16 points tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. Like I said earlier, you know, it happens to everyone. No confidence was ever dropped. I think every shot's going in. So are my teammates. And, you know, yeah, it definitely felt nice to see the ball get through the hoop. But, I don't really think about it too much. Never once said I was in a drought. Never once said I was cold. Game by game, those negative thoughts are just thoughts. Change your mind. You can, walk into every shot very confident.
Taylor, did you feel like that you guys lost a little bit? Taylor, did you feel like you guys lost a little intensity defensively there at the start of the second half?
Got one.
How you played it?
Taylor, you guys didn't make a field goal, I think, for the last 9 minutes of the game. Is it kind of weird to win a game like that where you don't, hit a basket for 9 minutes, but you still scored 15 points the rest of the way and won the game?
Yeah, free throws were big there for sure. I think we got a little bad beats, a couple balls rolled around the rim, didn't go in. But we knew they were a scrappy team, when the ball gets in the paint around the rim. They like to take it. They like to just go after it, and it did lead to some fouls, and it led to some misses for us. But again, free throws were huge, and proud of these guys for knocking them down. I didn't even know we didn't score the last 9 minutes, but
38.
Yeah, geez. We got to do better on that.
You hit the 3 too. You had the last field.
Wow.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Funk made the last field goal to make it 62-51 with 8:37 to go. The Aggies don't score again field goal-wise the rest of the game. But in turn, Air Force didn't get a whole lot after that the rest of the game as well. Taylor Funk there brought to you by Prodigy Brewing, Cache Valley's first and only brew pub on Center Street. Again, we appreciate them sponsoring. Appreciate Jalen Moore. We didn't get a chance to his keys to the game, I think we basically covered for the most part. And they gave up too many backdoor layups in the second half to what Air Force likes to live on. And they kind of did feast on that a little bit to get – they had one backdoor in the first half, and I think had 5 charted in the second half. And I know coaches would go into the game and say, hey, we don't want to give up any more than 2 or 3 to Air Force at the end of the game.
Well, the amazing thing is that's going to come. You know that's what they're going to do, what they're going to strive to do. And I think it goes back to what you've been saying, is the Aggies just seem a lot more focused in the first half, and maybe the big lead in the first half was just a little too much.
Like I told you, I think if you get a 20-point lead in the first half, it never goes to 30.
Right.
But if you get the 20-point lead in the second half, it goes to 30 because you're putting the other team out of it. If they still feel like they have that half to go. Here's the coach now, it looks like, post-game.
All right, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Right.
Yeah, obviously a big. You could go ahead and ask questions. It's probably easier. Good.
Obviously just an interesting first half. You guys built a 20-point lead, and you just have to gut it out, make free throws. It just a really interesting game.
It was.
What you guys had to do.
Yeah, a lot of excitement throughout the game. I thought our guys played really well in the first half on both sides of the ball. The ending of the half wasn't great for us. They made 3 threes right there in that last little 5-minute stretch, which I can't tell you that got them going or whatever, but they, when shooters are making those shots, it makes them feel better. And we talked about that after the game. We've got to do a better job finishing the half there. But then the start of the second half, they were getting some execution layups. They got a couple of back doors. And all of a sudden we start reacting to that. Now they're coming around and shooting some threes on us. And we couldn't find a stop, there for a while. We were reeling a little bit. And then what happens is, we weren't able to run at that point. Our offense, was kind of a little bit stagnant at that point because they were, getting baskets on that end of the court. And then eventually we began to find some stops. 10 of 12, down the stretch when we needed it most, was key.
You talked on Saturday about winning different ways.
Yeah.
So obviously was within an own game winning in different ways.
Yeah, no question. It certainly wasn't easy at any point within the game. But in the first half, our guys were clicking. They were clicking on defense. They were clicking on offense. We were driving and very disciplined with our stops as we drove in there, and we would see the basket, just lay it in. Second half, we were a little bit, we were taking some flyers at the rim, 1-foot shots, running away from the basket. And some of them were obviously rolling out on us, not catching the ball cleanly, trying to get it up and, missing easy shots around the rim. And, the theme there is the stopping. We've got to be able to stop when we drive into the basket and be ready to kick out or finish ourselves. And in the first half, we were finishing a lot of those baskets ourselves because they were locking out.
Taylor Funk had a huge game tonight. It seemed like when you needed a bucket in the second half, he came up with some really big shots.
Yeah, he did. And he had the one move in here that didn't go down for him. That just kind of rolled out. We couldn't really find one at the end, inside to go in for us. But, he had the one in transit. It was after a stop, one in transition. He gets one over here for 3. Obviously a big bucket. Anybody else got any questions?
Coach, Rylan Jones gets 2 points, but he made some huge plays in the last part of the game, picking up loose balls and different things for you.
Yeah, you like
at the end. Wasn't that great?
Yeah, that's. I was sitting there yelling at him. I was like, "Go get it, go get it!" And he immediately knew what he was doing. He didn't need me to tell him, but he ran up there and got it, which was a big play. Ryland's defense, in that one moment where I took him out of the game, we weren't getting any stops. I let the other guys know. I said, understand, I'm taking out the one guy right now that probably is playing the best defense on the court. So you other guys need to pick it up a little bit. And they did. And then Ryland came in and finished it out for us. Did a really good job.
Did they do something differently than defensively? Because you only got 4 points in the paint second half after you had 32 in the first half. Was it you?
I think it's really it's a function of us not stopping. We were driving in there. We were walking into our offense as opposed to being aggressive and running into our offense. And then when we got around the rim, we were taking hard twos, like running twos off of 1 foot. As opposed to, there was a couple of plays that stick out, right? We run a play, Taylor gets it by the rim, he stops, he drops it to Dan, Dan gets fouled, he shoots 2 free throws. But clearly it's a stop, right? And, there were quite a few where we were just kind of throwing it up there. And in the first half, we didn't do that. Like we drove in there, we attacked the mismatch, and we stopped. We let them get out of our way, and then we put it in the basket. And second half, we had some that rolled out, but a lot of it was, I think when we go back and look at the film, was we weren't stopping effectively.
Coach, usually when we ask you about free throws, it's not a positive thing, but 21 of 27 from the line today, it's been good pretty much all season from the stripe. How helpful is that to know that you can, rely on the guys to finish down the stretch at the line?
Yeah, it's key. You have to make free throws in order to win games. Conference play, it's going to be tight. And so you've got to make free throws, if you're going to win. And our guys practice them a ton. Dan's, I'm really proud of his, improvement there over the course of his career. He's not going to make every one. But he's a guy that, when he sits up there, I'm not nervous anymore. He knocks it in. And, occasionally, we'll miss some, but, it's part of the game.
Is that an adjustment as well near the end of that second half where, field goals weren't falling? It seemed like you just kept getting to the line.
I couldn't hear what you said.
Was that an adjustment there in the back half of the second half where shots weren't falling, but it seemed like you just kept getting to the line to keep the offense going?
Yeah, I think the guys moved the ball, and then we found some baskets near the rim because we were getting fouled. And, we started, just playing our pairs game with, instead of setting the screen with the big guy, we kind of just let the other 4 guys kind of do it outside, and then Dan's around the rim, and he's able to catch it and get fouled a few times.
Coach, we talked about after the Weber State game, Taylor Funk kind of struggling shooting-wise. Obviously, 16 points today. Just talk about your confidence in him with the ball, even if he's struggling.
Yeah, number one, Taylor's confident in himself, and that's the most important thing, right? Individually, you have to be confident, and you're going to have good games, bad games, and that's what humility is all about. It's not letting the bad games impact you to where you think less of yourself, and you certainly can't let the really good games think you're the best player since sliced bread. And he gets it. He understands that, and his teammates understand that. His teammates believe in him. They're going to keep passing to him. And, he certainly came up big today.
Awesome, guys. That's all we have time for today, but we will see you all from Boise.
There's Coach Odom postgame. Jarek's Fine Jewelry brought that to you. Look for always the bright green cars. Again, make it special, make it Jarek's. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. We've got your opportunity to call us. You can use the text line, 339-0321. If you've got questions, comments about what you saw in the game, we'll go through stats. John Russell and I will return. And again, sorry to have to cut Jalen off there earlier, but I think we went through most of his keys to the game, and he was pretty much right on in things. And the Aggies just played really well in the first half, and maybe it was just too easy in the first half. Just human nature for some reason. You could tell we started this game with more focus than we've started a lot of games this year. We were right on it from the start. Coach went there early on Monday with the trip. He got the team over there yesterday early. They practiced there. They went through film there. A lot of times they do that here before they ever travel. I think after last year's game over there, the way it went, he felt like, remember, I said to him, do you just write it off as a bad shooting game? I asked him that before the game, and he said, no. It was our effort and our mental focus and all of that cost us the whole game last year. He put them on it this year to get started, and maybe it was just too easy in the first half the way it started.
Well, it's wonderful when things, the game plan comes to fruition, everything clicks, but when it happens early, like you were saying, you just human nature, you're going to have luck down. But I love the comment that he said about Ryland defensively. That at one, when he pulled them, turned to the other guys and said, "Oh, okay, it's on you now," and they stepped it up. Rough second half, but played much better in the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, well, they finally clamped down on the defense and made it harder. Heidbreeder made a great 3 there at the end of the game, and he was well covered, and Stevens flying at him and trying to stop him from shooting that shot, and he still made that. And then the Taylor got the open look, but then again, we're back out to, and that was where they cut it back to 7 at 72-65 with about 50 seconds to go in the game, and then we make 5 or 6 free throws the rest of the game. Shut them out the last part of the game, too. Air Force missed their last 4 shots from the field. Aggies did not make a field goal in the last 8.5 minutes of the game, and still Utah State shoots 51% for the game.
Yeah.
Despite that.
Numbers, when you look at the numbers, all in all, they're pretty solid. Shot well, rebounded the ball well, kind of got the home field advantage on the assists. I don't think
they give them 18 of their 26 baskets. They give us 10 of our 25.
I don't know about that.
Most of our shots in the first half are almost assisted shots with passes to guys going to the basket. So, okay, lots to talk about. We got a few breaks we need to get into. We're a little bit behind, but the Aggies win tonight 77-65 over Air Force, and we'll be right back.
We're heading into some crazy weather this winter, which means power outages. Tyler and his team at Golden Spike Electric can install a Generac automatic standby generator for your home so you can avoid issues when the power goes out. If you have one already, Golden Spike Electric can maintain your Generac automatic standby generator for you. Find them online at gsegenerators.com or call 435-257-3016. Golden Spike Electric and Generac automatic standby generators. Power you can count on.
Experts tell us that the 3 areas of balance for proper health are exercise, nutrition, and sleep. This is Ryan, owner of My Mattress, and while My Mattress store can't really help with exercise and nutrition, we can help with better sleep. If a person started today to live a balanced life in health, exercise, and sleep, 3 things might happen. 1, we might throw away the bag of peanut M&Ms that we have stashed. 2, we might get up off the couch and exercise. And 3, we'd come buy a new mattress here at My Mattress.
The Young Automotive Group is proud to announce Young Truck and Trailer Center in Cache Valley. Whether it's heavy equipment trailers, horse trailers, race car trailers, or cargo and utility trailers, we're excited to offer some of the finest trailers and flatbed work trucks to Cache Valley. Our team of experts look forward to helping you find the right truck or trailer to fit your needs, with competitive prices offered on every make and model for sale on our lot. With our extensive inventory, you'll find the best deals right here in Cache Valley. Young Truck and Trailer Center, just off Highway 89 in Logan. Think young, drive young.
Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat is locally owned and operated inside the beautiful new Three Peaks Medical Plaza in North Logan. Expect the most cutting-edge techniques, qualified doctors, and friendly staff to ensure the highest quality patient care. The ENT providers have extensive training to properly treat ear, nose, and throat conditions for adults and children. Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat serves all of northern Utah and southern Idaho, accepting most insurance products including SelectMed. Go to CacheValleyENT.com for appointments and details. Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in North Logan and Providence.
As a small business, achieving your financial goals and ambitions can be a steep and rocky mountain climb. This is Lance Zollinger, president at Cache Valley Bank. To conquer the mountain and achieve your goals, it takes planning, hard work, and discipline. At Cache Valley Bank, we have the resources, expertise, and flexibility to help you scale your way to success. Give us a call. Let's work together and climb the mountains that await. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC.
More analysis of today's game. It's KVNU Game Day. Here's the voice of the Aggies, Al Lewis and John Russell.
Good to have you with us again as the Aggies win tonight. So Utah State keeps moving on during this basketball season with the victory tonight over Air Force. That's 2-0 in conference play, and Aggies moved to 13-2 overall with the victory. New Mexico is playing Fresno State. They've had it gone back and forth. The last time I saw it was 19-18, I think, for New Mexico in the first half. But Fresno State playing with them, but they're playing with a lot more pace and having to. New Mexico's really pushing that one. And then Boise State threw it in. Shaver makes a shot right at the end of the game.
Right at the end of the game. They end up with a 3-point victory there. But, San Jose kind of gave them a battle. That's the thing you have to look at the Mountain West Conference this year. There are going to be no games where you can just kind of say, all right, some of you bench guys are going to get a few more minutes. We're going to be able to work on some things. If you got some bumps and bruises, you're going to be able to sit on, take a little breather tonight.
Because I think at one time Boise was ahead double digits in that game, at least by 13 or 14. I think I noticed one time a score on that one. But so Boise gets their first win. They didn't play on Saturday, so they're 1-1 in the conference because they lost that game to Nevada to start the season.
Right.
San Jose is now 2-1. Aggies are 2-0 with the win. New Mexico is at 2-0, trying to go to 3-0 with their win against Fresno here tonight. Fresno's trying to get to 2-1 if they can upset them. Then there's one game tomorrow night, I know, in the league. I can't remember exactly who's playing tomorrow night.
Give me a second. I'll look that up. We've got another game, though. Utah, the Jazz and the Kings.
How's that going?
What an ending to this game. They're going to overtime, 117-117 overtime. And
Kings made a last-second shot to beat them the other night in their game. Jazz had lost 2 straight games almost on last-second shots.
Looks like they wiped it off. I think they Markkanen, I thought he made the bucket, ends up losing it, so they end up losing 117.
So the shot didn't go.
So it didn't
count or whatever. So
old ESPN led me astray on that one.
Okay.
So that's what they do. But the great game. Boise gets the win, and that was big. And again, as you said, New Mexico and Fresno. New Mexico, the last undefeated team. As
after Purdue lost yesterday. And now, do you know who's playing tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow Nevada hosts Colorado State.
That's who it is. Okay. We need to we're behind on breaks, and we're going to get too far behind if I don't take it. So I'm going to take it, and then we got text line that we'll get to your comments at 435-339-0321 on the Aggies win tonight at Air Force. Remember, they've struggled there before to open seasons at Air Force, and they win tonight. So use the text line. Give us questions, comments from you, and the phone number, too, is 753-KVNU on game day. Aggies 77-65 with the win over Air Force.
Imagine your wedding day. Elegant, simple, yet stunning, stress-free. It's your day. It's all about you. Whether you're looking for small and simple or have a grander idea, the Riverwoods Conference Center will accommodate your every need. Choose the inside ballroom elegance or outside along the natural decor of the beautiful Logan River. A Riverwoods event planner will work personally with you to make sure your event is exactly how you've envisioned it. The Riverwoods Conference Center, where your happily ever after begins. Google Riverwoods Conference Center or call 750-5151.
Alpine Home Medical has been around for over 25 years. Can you believe that? Hi, I'm Jay Broadbent. What keeps us coming to work every day? We're passionate about caring for you. From home and bathroom safety to transportation, mobility, recovery, oxygen, sleep, and more, come into any of our 10 locations today and let us take care of you.
Alpine Home Medical, we bring wellness home.
Visit us at alpinehomemedical.com.
This is Zach with HSA Depot. Christmas is nearly here. Make sure you be merry and bright by using your pre-tax funds on your medical needs. We know your regular holiday budget is disappearing quick, so instead, save money by using your pre-tax income to buy qualifying medical supplies. HSA Depot carries hundreds of unique and dashing eligible products to help you conquer your healthcare. Come to HSA Depot next to Sally Beauty Supply and see how much you can save this holiday season. HSA Depot, 5-star review.
Advanced Heating and AC, the 2-time gold medal winner in Best in Northern Utah. They're teaming up with Carrier Heating and Cooling. Carrier provides you the best furnace units available, and now's the best time to buy a new unit before the weather turns Cache Valley cold. Financing options are available. Turn to the experts at Advanced Heating and Carrier. Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, 752-7272, or stop by their showroom west of DI and online at advancedheating-ac.com.
We're not comfortable until you are. Advanced Heating and Air.
It's KVNU Aggie Game Day, brought to you by Young Truck and Trailer on News Talk KVNU.
All right, we've already heard from, again, Taylor Funk and Coach Ryan Odom after the Aggies win tonight. Funk leads the way for Utah State with 16 points. He had 6 of 11. Ashworth had 15. Shulga had 11. Bairstow had 11. 9 for Hamoda, 9 for Aiken. And 4 points for Dorius and 2 points for Rylan Jones. The only Aggie who played, R.J. Idlerock, missed one shot in the game. He played 7 minutes, did not score. 19 for Heidbreeder. And that guy can shoot the basketball.
Yes.
And he's improved his game. He's not just a three-point shooter. He can take it to the basket. He can shoot mid-range a little bit more. He's good, 8 for 16. And then Taylor, last year, he's the guy who had a triple-double for them last year before we played him. He struggled. The one game he got in foul trouble against us. I think the other game he got hurt here in Logan. He never played well against the Aggies. He had 14. He made 4 out of 6 threes, all in the second half, I think they were. And then they had 11 from the freshman who's been freshman of the week for 3 straight weeks, Petrias fouled out with about 3 minutes to go it was, I think, in the game, and he ended up with 11. And then they had 8 and 7, and that was it. They shot 43%, but they shot 46% second half, and they ended up making 9 of 26 threes. The Aggies only 6 of 12 from 3, but their three-point percentage leads the nation, and that won't hurt it.
Continues to do well, and you can't beat that. You know, the thing is, we heard this from Jalen before he had to leave, this Air Force team's going to be good. Give them another year or two. They've got quality players on their team.
Yep, these young guys. Everybody. They only have 3 seniors on their whole team. Only one plays, and they didn't play. Nick Jackson had just barely come back in the Nevada game after missing 5 games, and I thought we'd see him tonight because he had 12 or 13 rebounds against us last year and made the last free throw of the game over there that kind of helped ice it for them against us last year. He played the other night. He didn't play at all tonight in the game, one of their seniors.
Yeah, so not sure. Maybe he's still not with it. But, you know, it goes back to, you know, we talk about Air Force football. We talk about their basketball. You know what you're going to get. You know what's coming. And, you know, you would think that any team, not just Utah State, any team that faces them, you know, that you're getting the option with the football team. You know you're going to get all the backdoor cuts. But they're so well disciplined. They know so well how to do it. But the big key was there were a couple of times they had backdoors there in the second half, towards the end of the half. And those last 5 minutes, defense ratcheted it up.
We got a little tougher.
We
finally got going on it. And again, they didn't give up. But again, they can't use the transfer portal like a lot of other schools can, and that can hurt them. So they develop. And again, these freshmen, now sophomores, they got freshmen and sophomores that mostly play. They are going to be better. They need a little bit of size right now. That's the one thing. And the other one, the big guy is hurt with a shoulder, Luke Mormon, one of their other younger players.
I mean, you know you're not going to have a lot of size with them just because of the nature of the Air Force.
That's true, too.
But they're good. Hey, we've got a few comments
let's
here.
Get to the text line brought to you tonight by My Mattress. Remember, whether it's IntelliBed, Tempur-Pedic, or another great bed that you're looking for, always rated number 1 in best sleep is My Mattress with IntelliBed, especially. And what do we got?
I love our listeners. They know what they're talking about. This one comes from 4158. Amazing game. Thought we did good, but could have done better. We need to get rid of those runs teams go on because other teams like New Mexico are going to kill us with them. And I agree with that.
It's a totally different type. You're going to have to against New Mexico is going to be a lot like playing like SMU or like they're going to drive the ball at you. They've got guys who are strong scorers. I mean, House and Mashburn can both light it up fast. This big guy for them has really been playing well. And again, so it's going to be a totally different deal. Playing against a team like that, playing against San Diego State, it's going to be physicality and athleticism is going to really be a factor. You're going to have to play team defense to be able to do anything against those guys and then be able to run your offense. We know against San Diego State that's never easy.
No, it's not, no matter how good you are. And I think coaching is also going to be a key. There was one point, I think it was in the second half, Coach Odom didn't wait for the TV timeout. He called a timeout. And those are going to be the key things in future games. We'll see what happens. From 93-15, talked about Aggie fans at the game.
Yeah, there was
electric.
A good group.
Love to see the chants. Saw a couple of Splashworth posters. I love that. That was awesome. Again,
when we'd go over there, there was always 3 or 4 families when we go to basketball games when we first started in the Mountain West, and they were so excited because they lived around Colorado Springs, and they were Aggies or had been at Utah State, and they'd come to the games.
Well, if you watched it on
they're
CBS,
right there behind.
They were there watching
a big group.
Play of the game, I couldn't agree more with this again from 93-15. Love Jones jumping on the ball and Splashworth chasing the ball with 1 minute or less. Those... Man, I couldn't agree more. Those are plays.
Ryland picked up so many late deflections in this game when they could have taken the ball away from us. And Ashworth got that 1 rebound late in the game when they could have got another one. Those guys made some key latches onto basketballs in this game. And then look at the turnover column tonight. Jones has 0 and Ashworth has 0. It's a little different than Saturday when we kind of saw them have a little off game that direction.
Yeah, absolutely. From 89-68. For a while, it seemed like it was Weber State all over again.
It started to have that feeling. Yeah, it was.
And those, we heard this from 89-68 and again 93-15. I think they're right. I think the key is you've got to be careful. You've got to play, if not 40 good minutes, you've got to play 38 minutes, and you can't. Those 2-3 minutes can't be big gaps. 5180. Appreciate this. Always a great show. Shout out to the sponsors so they know we're out there. Go Aggies. You'll be talking about the sponsors in a little bit.
HSA Depot would like to say thank you. They're by Sally Beauty, and you can use your HSA or FSA money this year, again, at that spot.
So we appreciate that. 93-15 came back again. Do we want New Mexico or Fresno to win tonight, or does not affect the Aggies in any way?
We only play New Mexico at home.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
It would be neat if they would be undefeated coming to the Spectrum. And that would be the 1st of February.
Right.
So, right now the Aggies are tied for the lead in the conference. Now New Mexico can make that a 3-0, and they could get ahead by a half game and things. But
I always hate to say this, but you want at this point, I think, to see where half of the Mountain West really does well, and Utah State plays well against those teams, and then they are able to dominate against the teams that don't do so well. A follow-up to 93-15, heard that we only have 1 quad 4 loss now, and I think SMU is now quad 3.
Moving up, yes, which helps. And Weber State's getting better, too.
And we want to be Weber State and SMU fans at this point.
Yeah, you want to be their fans of those. But I would think when you only play New Mexico the one time and play them at home, you'd like to have, that you'd like to have them to be undefeated when they come here. That would really be something.
Be able to put that notch in your hat
and then
take over.
The only team we do not play at home, remember, in the conference is Colorado State. We only play on the road at Colorado State.
And that's always a tough battle. That should be difficult. But nonetheless, great comments from our listeners. And
always.
I'd love to have more of those. But, at this point, you sit back and you look at what have the Aggies done well so far. And we didn't have a show after the Washington State game, which was the last non-conference game. And so you couldn't do your kind of, all right, we've gotten through non-conference. Where do we go from here? And I think you've seen it. This game, to me, really encapsulates the entire season at this point. When the Aggies played their game, when they're smart, huge stat that nobody's talking about, Sean Bairstow should and does live in the paint. When he, it's nice to have a threat every once in a while. No 3-point shots tonight, but how dominant he was in the paint. He gets in there, has that little turnaround jumper.
He went 0 for 4 in the second half inside the paint, though. He had first half. He was so soft and nice with those shots, and the second half just a little too forced up.
But everybody was off, and I think that's what encapsulates what the Aggies do when they play within their game, when they play how they play best, which is moving the ball, making that extra pass, not forcing things. They're one of the better teams in the country. I know that's a big statement, but they really are. But the problem is they don't play that way for 40 minutes, and then you saw that in the second half.
And they play the game the right way. Guess who's leading rebounder tonight? Stephen Ashworth with 8 rebounds. That might be, I'm going to have to look at that. That might be a career high.
I don't know. I got a feeling Ashworth could be leading rebounder every game if he really wanted to. I think he just likes to share the wealth a little bit.
That is a career high. His previous high was 6 against Utah Valley.
Wow.
So career high, 8 rebounds for Stephen. So he'll take that, I'm sure. Only played 26 minutes and had 15 points. He wasn't really forcing a lot of shots.
No.
He forced 1 3, but boy, he made 2 deep threes.
Yeah.
He made 1 deep, and then he goes even deeper for the second one of the game. And you can tell he's getting extra special attention from everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But everybody else has to recognize that, because all the focus is on Ashworth, that means there's more opportunity from you, and you're seeing the team doing better. And to see Funk play as well as he did tonight, gotta love that.
Yep, you do. All right, back with more. Aggies win again tonight, 77-65, and we'll return with more Game Day on KVNU.
Prodigy Brewing has so much appreciation and gratitude for the warm embrace Cache Valley has given us. We want to invite you to join us for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our Sunday-only brunch menu features sweet and savory options such as churro French toast, chilaquiles, fried chicken egg sandwich, and a Bloody Mary bar. You also won't want to miss our hash browns. Whether you're out with a family or friends, Prodigy Brewing is the place to be in Cache Valley. Open 7 days a week, located at 25 West Center Street in beautiful downtown Logan.
It's never too late or too cold to get rid of that old vehicle. Now is the time to earn extra cash by calling DD Auto and Salvage. Let them pay you for that junk vehicle. DD Auto and Salvage makes it so easy and fast to get rid of your junker vehicles by paying you the most money possible. Pickup is available. If you have metal, DD Auto and Salvage in Logan wants to pay you today. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
For more than a century, S. Needham Jewelers has been repairing jewelry and watches in Cache Valley. We do all our work on premises, and you may even talk directly with our expert technicians. We also have today's state-of-the-art equipment, including a laser welder that will repair jewelry with precision. We guarantee our work and offer competitive prices. So whether repairing your precious wedding ring, sizing a ring, or simply changing a watch battery, come to Utah's oldest jewelry store with today's newest technology and repair. S. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block, at the sign of the clock.
Spend less time at the post office. With Formax and Mint mailing systems from Les Olson IT, you can quickly, accurately, and easily process your outgoing mail and even save on postage. Fold your documents, stuff and seal your envelopes, print addresses, weigh and measure to apply proper postage, all with the click of a button. With multiple model options available, you're sure to find a Formax solution and Mint mailing device that perfectly fits your business needs.
Les Olson IT.
Thermo Fisher Scientific is hiring for their manufacturing, distribution, and warehouse team. And that's great news for anyone seeking a rewarding career. Thermo Fisher offers positions across multiple shifts, competitive compensation, health benefits, paid time off, bonuses, and an excellent work environment. Help Thermo Fisher make the world healthier, cleaner, and safer. Visit jobs.thermofisher.com and search Logan. Thermo Fisher Scientific is an equal opportunity employer.
When it comes to home care, it's important to know you have a choice. If you or a loved one is in need of hospice or home health services, remember that Primrose Home Care and Hospice believes in treating the patient as well as the problem. We work directly with you and your doctor to create a health plan that's catered to your needs. Our team is devoted to providing options in the freedom and safety of your own home. Visit us at primrosecare.com or call to schedule a free consultation. Primrose Home Care and Hospice, your local hospice and home health provider since 2006.
Aggie Game Day continues. Sponsored by S.E. Needham Jewelers on News Talk KVNU.
Fresno State's leading 28-27 with 3:43 to play in the first half in the other conference game. Again, Boise State won right at the end against San Jose with a three-point shot right towards the end. Jazz lost a close one to Sacramento tonight, and the Aggies win tonight. If you're just tuning in, 77-65. A terrific first half where they were up by 21. Led 44-28, played about as well as they could play in the first half. And then the start of the second half, there was a 7-0 run. All of a sudden, Air Force cut it back to 12, and we're thinking, okay, maybe that's it. The Aggies took it back to 13. But then eventually they got to 8. They got it to 7, and they were to 7 even late in the ball game on a three-pointer. But the Aggies win it by 12, getting outscored 37-33 in the second half, not making a basket in the last 9 minutes of the game. Aggie offense in the first half, terrific. Again, in the first half, they made 19 of 30 shots. In the second half, they made 6 out of 20 shots in this game.
Struggled, but you still have to look at the fact anytime you can put up that many points
against Air Force,
77 against Air Force, that's something that's a feather in your hat, Cap. I've been struggling with that saying all night, but I think I finally got it right. Hey, a couple upsets in top 25.
Okay.
Just Kansas State beat number 6 Texas.
They blasted them at the half. What was the final score?
116-102.
Oh, so they both it got going, but they were up by about 18 or something at the half. I think it was.
But they held on, and
Texas, of course, is one of the higher rated teams.
They're number 6, but the amazing thing is Kansas State only has one loss. They're not ranked. They will be after this if they take care of business.
Big 12 looks like they're still pretty good.
Absolutely. And big game in Pittsburgh with the injury to the Buffalo Bill player. Pittsburgh hosted number 11 Virginia, and they ended up winning with an upset 68-65.
That's good.
A lot of emotion there.
There was a lot of
Pittsburgh,
signs and everything like that. And it's just, that's the thing. There was not college football on Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night was some of the greatest football.
Oh yeah, without a doubt
I've ever seen.
Both playoff games were exciting, nail biters.
Mm-hmm. And then the NFL had some interesting stuff on Sunday, and then the bowl games. I mean, the comeback win by Tulane was terrific against USC, and Utah again. They lost their quarterback, but Penn State had those two big plays that were record-setting in Rose Bowl history and all. And then we go to last night, and it's just like football just completely stopped.
Yeah, took the air out of everyone, and it was
just unfortunate, and it's just so tragic. And it happened on a play. It wasn't like a helmet to helmet thing or stuff that we've worried about so much in football and everything too.
Well, it took the air out of the sport, but it really. Everything was done correctly.
Oh, yeah. You can't
there was
play.
no doubt.
There's no doubt about that. You can't play that game the rest of this week.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for those guys to come back and play regularly scheduled games this next week. I don't know if that can even happen.
But the NFL, they handle this as much as you want to bark about what the NFL's done with other things. The way they handled this situation was just absolutely spot on and everything.
So far, so good.
And now you just hopes and prayers go with this young man and hope that he can recover.
So, okay, anything else in the text line?
I'm going to do I think everybody's gone to bed. Okay. People have to work in the morning.
You know who? Somebody else. Nobody has to work much earlier than me.
I know.
So,
okay. Do that out for you. I'm
going to take one last break, and then we'll come back and wrap it up after this timeout. Again, Aggies win 77-65. Appreciate Ashley Springer getting us those, again, player and coach interviews right after the game. She was really fast tonight. I didn't even have a chance to ask Jalen Moore hardly a question, and she was ready to bring him on. But we heard from him from over at Colorado Springs where the Aggies won the game at the Academy.
It's that first kiss, that moment in time.
It's that look in her eye when you get the first sign.
We make it personal, when it's real.
Something for everyone, we know how you feel. Jarrett's fine jewelry, make it special, make it Jarrett's.
Old McDarrell has a farm and appliance farm
with down-home country prices and big city selection.
E-I-E-I-O. When you're looking for a friendly spot to drive a little and save a lot, hey, Old McDarrell has a farm, an appliance farm. Darrell's Appliance. Low overhead, but lots of country charm. See Darrell's Appliance in beautiful downtown Benson.
This is James Stevens with White Pine Funeral Services. We are humbled by and grateful for the tremendous support we have been shown since opening our doors nearly 2 years ago. So we just want to say thank you. On behalf of everyone at White Pine, first and foremost, thank you for allowing us the honor and privilege of serving you and caring for your loved ones. Additionally, thank you for voting White Pine the best mortuary in Cache Valley in both 2021 and 2022.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Nothing compares to the warmth and feel that a wood stove provides. The two-time Best of Northern Utah winning team says there's never been a better time to replace your old inefficient wood stove and install a new energy-efficient EPA-certified Vermont casting wood product in your home. The U.S. government is offering federal tax credits of 26% on your wood stove install. For Vermont casting units, that includes stoves, venting, and labor. Call or email Advanced Fireplace and Stove for a free in-home estimate. Call 435-752-7272 or go to advancedfireplaceandstove.com.
Hi, this is Ashley with LSS Insurance. Open enrollment for individual health insurance is November 1st through January 15th. Coverage through the marketplace is available with more tax credits. You could save a bunch. If you haven't qualified in the past, try again now. We will help you navigate the marketplace, understand your choices, and complete enrollment. Trying it on your own can be frustrating. Let us help. Call 752-9493. There is no cost to work with us. Having a local agent makes all the difference. Call 752-9493.
Hi, this is Tyler. Recently, my father passed away, and White Pine provided the funeral services for our family. They were friendly, thoughtful, and attentive to every detail. You know, it isn't often that a loved one passes away, so it was very important to my family that everything be handled just right. Because my dad was loved by so many people, we had a lot of family and friends that traveled from out of town. I really appreciate how White Pine Funeral Services made sure everyone was comfortable and that the focus was where it needed to be, on my dad and my family. They really took care of us during this tender time.
KVNU Game Day is back with Aggie Call. Call 753-KVNU or 800-369-KVNU.
Yep, our last segment here of Aggie Game Day as we wrap up Utah State's 13th win of the year. They were never behind in this game and never was tied in this game. And again, after they had a 21-point lead, it got back as close as 7. But again, Utah State is the winner tonight of this game over at the United States Air Force Academy over the Falcons. Again, the final 77-65. You saw something interesting today on ESPN.
Well, Joe Lunardi does his bracketology.
Mm-hmm.
He starts it before the season starts. He updates it as the season wears on. And with his latest bracketology, which came out at 9 a.m. today, two of the last 4 teams he has in are the Aggies and the Utes.
Okay.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
What makes it even better, he has them both as 11 seeds playing each other in the opening round.
In Dayton, Ohio.
In Dayton. So wouldn't that be fun?
Craig Smith, again, back against the Aggies. They won't play us anymore, but maybe the tournament will match it up. That's a ways down the road, but that would be interesting.
But wouldn't that be fun? We'll see what happens.
Okay. Anything else in the text line?
No, we appreciate everybody texting in.
Appreciate Les Olson Company, your office technology partner, bringing you Aggie Game Day. I think we've mentioned all of the sponsors tonight as we've done pregame and postgame. We'll be back on Saturday. That's a 4:30 game on FS1 for up at Boise State. So FS1 on Saturday at 4:30. So we'll do game day at 3:30. Games at 4:30. Probably, I bet there's a game on before, and it might get pushed back just a little bit. That's what usually happens. Tonight's game
happened tonight.
had to start on the app, and where I went to it, it wasn't working. It said it had failed. But again, I still could get the play-by-play of the early part of the game, so I didn't miss much. New Mexico scored on the last play of the first half, so I think it's 36-32. I think at the half. Let's see. Have they given the score here? As they're
still Fresno, and it blows me away. Top 20 team coming in.
Fresno is up 36-32 over New Mexico, and there's many open seats in the bottom section of the Save Mart Center there.
Sad.
Yep. Okay, final stats. Bairstow, 4 for 9, 3 for 3 at the foul line, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. A solid game for Sean with 11. And Shulga had 11, 4 of 7, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 out of 3 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 23 minutes. Rodden Jones had 2 points. Missed a 3, but had 2 for 2 at the foul line, 2 rebounds. He had 3 assists, 25 minutes. Taylor Funk played 30, and Taylor Funk had 6 of 11, 2 out of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 free throws, 2 rebounds, and in 30 minutes. Trevin Dorius played 10 minutes, 4 points, 2 for 2. I think they might have been both dunks, and he had 4 rebounds in the game. Ashworth, 15 points on 3 of 8 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3, 6 of 7 at the foul line, 8 rebounds to lead the Aggies, 1 assist, 26 minutes. Where Idle Rock, we mentioned the 7 minutes, missed 1 shot. Z Hamoda, very good first half with 9 points, 3 rebounds, not as much of a factor second half. He had 15 minutes of time is all. Did have 4 turnovers in the game, and then Dan Akin had 2 for 5 in the field, 5 of 8 free throws. So he had a 9.7 rebound game, about a little less than he's averaging points, but right there with rebounds again. So the Aggies out-rebounded 37-25. Points in the paint ended up going, let's see, I got to go down a little bit here, 36-28 after first half, again, was 32-12. So really they did take advantage of the second half in the paint. 11-0 fast break points for the Aggies. Aggies blocked 2 shots. They blocked 4. 14 points off of second chance. The Falcons had 9. They actually out-rebounded the Aggies 18-15 in the second half. And like you said, they shot 43%, 46 in the second half, and they made 9 of 26 threes. But they were only 4 of 7 at the foul line tonight. The Aggies 21 of 27 at the foul line to be the more aggressive team. And Utah State does shoot the 50% from 3 in the game, still leading the nation. Turnovers, Aggies had 12, Air Force had 12. So that'll do it for all of our sponsors. Cache Valley Bank, always, they want to understand your unique needs, craft solutions to fit your business as you grow. Individuals, they'd love to work with you with all your banking needs too as well. Cache Valley Bank here, statewide presence, local focus always. So back on Saturday for game day at 3:30 when they play at Boise State. And then they'll come back home next Tuesday against Wyoming in the Spectrum. So that's kind of what's running here the next little while with Utah State Aggie basketball. But they win tonight at the Air Force Academy. And again, it's the 5th time ever we've opened the conference road season with them, and it's been a disaster a couple times. But the Aggies win tonight all the way. They were ahead 77-65. So for John Russell, Jalen Moore, and appreciate all the sponsors, Al Lewis, good night from KVNU.